Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I thought I'd do a bit of a video on the tips and tricks of buying and selling on eBay, starting with buying. As a lot of us know, eBay is a great place to buy new and used items from around the world. It's also a very safe place thanks to PayPal transactions. But a lot of you don't know the best ways to win auctions at low prices, and I'm here to tell you how. The first thing you should do is set up your PayPal account, of course, because it's the safest way to transfer money online. The way it works is that the buyer asks PayPal for $23, and then PayPal asks your bank for $23 and then transfers it through. If you were doing a bank transfer, in theory, the buyer could ask for maybe $70, even though it only costs $23. And in that case, you wouldn't have protections, so PayPal is a must. Once you have your PayPal account linked to your bank account and an eBay account active, just start watching items and waiting for them to finish. The best way to win an auction is to bid within the last 15 seconds. Sometimes your internet connection can be unreliable, and in that case maybe you should bid in the last minute. But bidding days before the end of the auction is just a really easy way to get beaten out. It also increases competition and popularity among that auction. If there's another person who's also bidding before the end of the auction, you will both enter into a bidding war and end up paying more than, say, a buy it now price. The less other buyers know about what your final price is, the better. Well, how do you know how much an item is worth? Well, you should go and find the lowest price buy it now listing, including postage, and watch that item. And then go and watch all of the auctions that are starting at a lower rate than that. After those auctions are finished, you'll have a good idea of what the item is worth. So in summary, just have patience. If you don't have patience, then, well, you'll just have to pay the higher price, which in some cases is still a lot cheaper than buying it locally, but not all the time. For example, when I bought my graphics card on eBay months back, they were going for around $250 to $350 including shipping. I was unable to be patient enough to get one at $250, but I got mine at $300, which was the average price. These days though, you can buy them for like $200 to $250, and I actually recently bought one for $190. So doing your research and waiting is key to getting a low price. Here's a few more tips that I can share with you. Sometimes the seller won't know very much about the item, but you will. They'll, for example, with hard drives, they'll just list it as hard drive, but if you have a look at the photos, they might say on the packaging 2 terabytes, and since it hasn't got a very good title, you can actually get it at a lower price than normal. Another great way to get items cheaply is by buying them in a bundle. For example, I bought an original EOS M camera system for my brother a few months back for about $250. But it came with the camera, 2 lenses, batteries and SD cards. It worked out that I was able to get a lens out that was worth $200 for $50. It was great. Beware though, because if the deal does look too good to be true, then it probably is. I've seen some sellers selling items at maybe 1/10 of the cost of what it takes to buy new, and then 2 days later getting taken down by eBay. So be careful. Another great way to get items cheaply is actually by messaging the sellers. Some sellers aren't very savvy with postage, so they list pickup only. But if you can message them and explain to them around about what it costs, maybe where they can do it, and telling them that you'd be willing to pay this, they may actually post to you, which means that there'll be less buyers bidding against you. Okay, on to sellers now. Sellers, it's important that you list as many pictures as necessary for your item. Make sure that the title is enticing, and include any and all details that you can in the description. It's important that the buyers know exactly what they're getting. You'll also need to do what the buyers need to do and check out the market. Have a look at what it costs to buy new, have a look at what it goes for in auctions, and figure out if you think it's worth what the buyers think it's worth. But just keep in mind that it will at least always go for $1, and that's $1 more than that you wouldn't have otherwise. If you're going to list it at an auction, you can do one of 2 things. You can list it at a price that you're willing to accept it for, maybe $140 plus postage, or you can list it at a low price to drag buyers in. if there's a flooded market for your item, listing it at a low price it's not a very big risk, because you know that there's a lot of buyers out there which will have your item for a lot higher than what you ask. But if it doesn't come up very often, then you're probably better off at putting it at buy it now and or best offer, just because that way you don't get lowballed. Don't ask me why, but if you list an item at a low price, it will end up going higher than if you list it at a higher price. That's also good for buyers who know how much they want to spend on an item and don't want to engage in the bidding war. Another good tip for selling is maybe including some accessories with it. If you're selling a mobile phone, for example, including a phone charger can be a deal breaker for some people. Even if you don't have it before you want to sell it, like just buying it before you list it could, in theory, add a lot more money to it than what it costs. So just an idea. So in conclusion, be patient, be respectful and respond to messages, send messages, and just have an awesome time. Your savings await. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked the video, then be sure to leave a like and leave a comment. If I've missed anything, then, well, please leave a comment and I'll be interested to hear what you guys think. Oh, and also press that big red button. Yep, that's right. Press that subscribe button. See you guys in the next one.